All right, y'all. 3-day weekend calls for another baking video. And we have Graham's second recipe, and these are peanut shortbread cookies. These are super good. Again, not that many ingredients, and they don't take too long to bake either. But they make, like, depending on how you cut them up, I mean, there can actually be a lot. So basically the ingredients, which I'll put in the caption, is margarine, which I'm using butter, peanut butter, sugar, an egg separated, vanilla, flour, oats, and then dried chopped peanuts on the top. So what we're going to do, we're going to start. I have my handy dandy mixer. I got her. Actually, she needs a name. But I got her in, when did I get her? I think I got her in the start of the pandemic. I had like a small 5, I think I had a 5-quart, but this is like one of the professional grade ones, and she was worth the money. So, first, well, you can do this actually also with a hand mixer as well, but I'm going to use my handy dandy KitchenAid. Okay, so first we want a cup of butter. So you want it softened. So I'm kind of lazy when it comes to softening butter. I don't like to wait for it to soften. So yeah, your girl just puts it in the microwave for like 20 seconds. And then, yeah, soften butter. But yeah, so cup of butter, 2 sticks of butter. Then we're going to add the sugar and the peanut butter. So there's a cup of sugar in this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably going to, I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'll put a cup. We'll see. Because shortbread cookies typically do need a good amount of sugar. Again, we're just rolling in real life time. I don't have everything all measured out. Okay, so that's half a cup. And then we'll do 1 more cup. Are there pieces of sugar in my bag? Okay. And then it calls for half a cup of peanut butter. And if you know me, I love peanut butter. I probably have a peanut butter jelly sandwich multiple times a week. And if I can put peanut butter on it, I'm gonna. I love peanut butter on ice cream. If you go to Dairy Queen, you can get a peanut butter sundae, and it's delicious. So we may have a little bit more than half a cup. Who cares? I love peanut butter, so we're gonna put as much as your little heart desires. Just because peanut butter is great. And let's do 1 more little scoop for good measure. I know it's not needed, but we're going to do it anyways. Okay. Really sorry, but I'm going to taste it. Alright, now, I know my mixer can be a little loud, so just bear with me. Basically, we're going to just cream it thoroughly, and then what we're going to do is we're going to stir in an egg yolk and vanilla. So, we're just going to cream her up. Yeah. Oh, may need to plug in the mixer. Okay. So like I said, she's a little loud. But these cookies are really good. I don't know. I love shortbread cookies. We make Christmas cookies and they're typically shortbread. And I actually made a shortbread cookie bar a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't bad. They turned out really good, and they had like a different consistency. So it was like part cookie, part cake, part scone. I'll have to do a video for those because I really liked them. Everybody who tried them liked them, and they were good. And I put Christmas sprinkles on them, just because those were kind of sprinkles I had. Sometimes I get a little impatient, but we're gonna try to have some patience here today. All right, she's starting to get there. Looking good. All right. I always like to, one thing you want to make sure to do, because I think when you use a mixer or like a standing mixer, you want to make sure you're like removing or moving the ingredients off the side and off of your like paddle tool, just because a lot of times there may be some ingredients that are in there and you want to make sure that they are getting mixed into everything. So yeah. Let me see. All right. So the next thing we're gonna do, because so we're going to just use the egg yolk in the actual batter, but we want to save the egg white for a part of the recipe a little later. So let's see how good Jocelyn can do this. Sometimes not great. Ooh, okay. Well, had a little bit of spillage there, but that's okay. Yeah, not terrible. Let's see. Pretty good. All right. I mean, there may be a little bit, but so we got the egg yolk in there. Got a little bit on myself. That's why I actually decided. Although, do you think it's okay to wear black when you're baking? Just because if you're baking with flour, probably gonna get something on you. Okay. Ooh, there's a piece of the the shell of the egg. Okay, so we need that, and then we're gonna need a teaspoon of vanilla. Again, handy dandy vanilla from my bestie and her husband, and yeah, it's great. Oh, just spilled some on myself. Not a great idea. Okay, so then, yeah, we're just gonna mix it thoroughly. Make sure we get our vanilla and everything. Vanilla and the egg like mixed together. Come on. All right. We'll come back. Okay. So, just gonna mix in the egg and mix in our vanilla. I feel like vanilla a lot of times just adds more depth to recipes. One thing I will have to do for a video is a brown butter video, because I'm a major fan of brown butter. Never baked with brown butter. I've never even like made brown butter. You gotta do it. It just has such a different flavor and such like, I don't know, it's like nutty. But yeah, so our next step is we're gonna add our dry ingredients. They're looking pretty good. Okay, so we're going to do, let me get my other, here we go. So we're gonna do a cup and a third of flour and then a cup of oats. I'm just using the quick oats, because that's what I got, and yeah, that's what I'm using. I mean, maybe if you had, I don't know if you necessarily, I use the quick oats because that's what I have, but, and one thing, the reason why I use the spatula to kind of get things off is, while standing mixers are great, a lot of times they may not get everything from the bottom, so you want to make sure that you're getting everything off of your standing mixer. Alright, so let's get everything, and then make sure you get everything off the spatula too, so that you can make sure you're not missing out on anything. Alright, so we're going to do a cup and a third of our flour. Again, Jocelyn's just measuring it out while we're working. Okay, so there's a cup of flour. Then let's get a third of flour. And then we're going to do 1 cup of Quick Oats, Giant Eagle brand. Right? 1 cup? Yes, 1 cup of oats. Alright. Oh, see, look, I said, when you have a black shirt on and you're baking, you're going to get flour on you. And that's exactly what I did. Alright. So, we're just going to mix her up. I think, let's see. Also, here's the recipe that my grandma has. I'm going to be honest with you. Her cursive writing is a little hard to read, but it definitely makes a good, I don't know, it's just cool to have. I have a whole recipe box of all of her recipes, and I don't know, it's just a piece of her that I'll always have. But yeah, we're just going to make sure that this is mixed thoroughly, so let's check on it. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Alright, let's see. Alright. So now that we got the batter together, we're actually going to put it on a baking sheet. So, give me 1 second and I'll show you that part. So, part 2. So, we got our mix all together. And if you look at it, I mean, it's pretty cookie-like, I would say. So, basically, all we're going to do, I just have a cookie sheet. We're literally just going to put her on the cookie sheet. I'm going to make sure to get all of the mixture out. One thing that my grandma's recipe says, which I got to read it because it says it's really funny. It says, which I'm not sure who she made this recipe for. I feel like she made it for herself. But, what does it say? Oh, where's the recipe card? What did I do? What? Not sure where I put it. But, oh, here it is. So it literally says, so it says spread dough into cookie sheet and spread smooth with spatula. And then it says that flat white thing would work good. I mean, I'm guessing she bet like a spatula, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to try to use a spatula and then potentially might also use like an icing tool. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to spread her out evenly. Maybe. I think we're gonna have to start using the knife because she is looking a bit crazy with the spatula. But basically, you just want it like even surface. I may have actually be using a too big of a cookie sheet, but that's okay. We're just gonna have some thick cookies. Yeah. Okay. Let's just see. He's looking a bit suspect. But you know what? I feel like when things look suspect, that's when they usually taste the best. Well, actually, I don't know. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. I'm trying to think what my favorite cookie is. I love sugar cookies. I mean, we make sugar cookies for Christmas, and I love them. It's basically like a sugar and butter. Which, how could you go wrong with sugar and butter? I don't think you really can. Alright, we're getting there. Starting to spread out a bit. I feel like there probably is an easier way for me to do this, but you know what? We're just going with it. I feel like that's my motto. You just gotta kind of go with it. And just hope for the best. Well, not hope for the best, but just make it the best you can. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting spread out. I'm also going to be making a carrot cake this weekend, so we will see how that goes. Should be good. I love carrot cake. I actually realized, because I looked up, I was trying to understand when I made these last, and it was like November of 2020. So, pandemic year. That's when I kind of really got into baking, because I was home a lot of the time, because I helped take care of my grandparents, and just didn't, I went outside, but I tried to just make sure not to go places where they could negatively be affected, because those are my people, and yeah, you don't want your people to be at risk, because they're a lot older than I am, and so they got more. I know this probably seems like it's taking forever, but I'll give you a little update. See, she's coming. She's coming along, but it takes a little bit, because it's kind of like a sticky cookie dough. So, and I'm actually using a butter knife to spread her out. Oh, wait. Make sure we don't have any holes here. Can't have holes in your cookie. But yeah, I'm gonna make a carrot cake Saturday. Yeah, because I got tomorrow off. So I'm gonna go see my grandma, both grandmas. Hopefully get Graham's second review. See what she says about this. Although tonight she was like, oh, I don't know, because I told her I was making these. And at first she didn't really remember what they were, but that's okay. She's 90 years old, so sometimes her memory is not the greatest, but I don't think whenever I get to 90, my memory will be that great either. But yeah, she's like, I'm not sure. Your apple bars, they were pretty great. Like, I don't know how much, if you can, like, beat what you did. And I'm like, wow, from going from a 7 to now saying you don't know if they can be beat, we'll see. You always gotta try to get better and see if you can get, I'm not after a score. I'm after for something that tastes good and people enjoy. Hold on, I just want to make sure. I wasn't supposed to add 1 egg. No. I just was making sure I wasn't supposed to add any, like, baking powder or baking soda. But I think we're good. Oops. Alright, I think I'm happy with this. They may come out a little bit thicker than they're supposed to come out, because there's kind of a lot. Well, I guess let's keep going. I know this is probably really boring to watch, but I just want to make sure that it's spread evenly. Okay, now, the other way, besides the peanut butter that makes these peanut butter shortbread, is, so remember how we used the egg yolk of our egg? Well, I saved the egg white, and so what we're going to actually do is, if I can get this corner to kind of. Alright, here's what I feel like I'm going with. There she be. She probably could be flattened out a little bit more, but again, patience is not my strongest virtue. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take that egg white that I had, and basically we're going to beat the egg white with a fork. Okay. girl. Also, if you can see my cup, it says love is a four-legged word. Yeah, that's for my amazing girl. Okay. I guess that looks okay. And then we're going to spread on the top of the cookie sheet. Now, what we're going to do, so I actually already chopped it up because I didn't want to have to chop. But you're going to need a cup of chopped peanuts. Now, I use the dry roasted and mine are unsalted. I probably could have gotten the salted. But basically what we're going to do, we're going to put our egg mixture over top the cookie, which kind of looks a little weird. But the reason why we're doing this is so then the peanuts are actually going to stick on top. And one of the things my grandma said, it says, I take my hands and press the peanuts down lightly, just to make sure that they stay in the cookie and like they're not, I don't know, they're more secure, so then you don't have to worry about them coming down. I think I might have put too many. Again, like Graham said last week, you gotta use the measuring cups. So this time, I actually did measure the 2 cups of, of peanuts. So hopefully it'll be all right. Now I know this, like when you're making this is gonna look really weird that you have these eggs on here. But the reason being is, like I said, it's for our peanuts to stick in. So just gonna put them over. And then here in a second, I'm gonna try to press them down. Okay. Make sure they get spread out well. Oh, and then your oven is going to be at 300 degrees, and these are going to go in for about 25 minutes. Well, it says 25 to 30. But knowing my oven, because last time, Jocelyn got done a little bit too much. So, we're going to watch. Although, I got to admit, I used my top oven, so when I redid my kitchen, how long ago? A year ago? Year and a half ago? I got a double oven because that was like a goal of mine, just because I love to bake. And so, yeah, why not, if you're getting new appliances, get an appliance that you want. Okay, so now that I spreaded, come on, Jocelyn, get better with your English there. Now that I've spread all of the peanuts on there, like Margarine said, I'm gonna take my hands and press them down lightly. Oh, shoot. Also, last week when I recorded her, she said that she didn't want to be on the internet. But, you know, Gramps on it. And I told her, I was like, we post you all the time for pictures, like for holidays and stuff. And she's like, well, I don't want to be on the internet. Well, you know what? You're going to be. Because people love you. And you're hilarious. So, hopefully tomorrow when I go see her, I'll get another review. All right. So, here's what she's looking like. She's looking pretty good. So again, like I said, you're going to have the peanuts on top. I press them down lightly just so they don't, I don't think they're going to fall off, but yeah. So again, oven 300 and then 25 to 30 minutes. Yeah, I'll be back. And one thing we want to know, we are going to cut them when they are hot because it just makes it easier to cut them. So, see you in 25 minutes. So I let her stay probably actually in like 28 minutes, okay? So now it's gonna look a little bit like they look pretty tasty. They definitely got really big. But like I mentioned, you are gonna want to cut them when they are like still hot, okay? Because it just makes it easier because once you cut them, ooh, well, okay, so I'm gonna make mine kind of tiny. Maybe I put a little bit too much. Okay, hopefully. All right. All right. These are looking a little bit big. I feel like if I... Okay, we're going to leave this top line a wee bit bigger. All right. And like I said, the reason... Yeah, some of these go a little bit smaller. The reason you want to cut them now is so... Because whenever they harden, they're going to be a lot harder to cut. So when we cut them while they're hot, it's way easier. And yeah. Okay. I cannot wait to try these. Okay, so, oh, I almost ate it. But yeah, so basically I just cut them into little squares. I'll show you. But yeah, and then you're just going to allow them to cool completely because basically what's going to happen is they're going to harden and it'll, because like right now, well, they are pretty hard, but it'll just allow everything to kind of mold together. And now let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have like 24 cookies here. So yeah, but I hope you enjoy. I love peanut butter, and there's even extra peanuts for a little crunch at the top. So have a great Easter weekend, and I will work on getting Graham's review, and we will see what she thinks. Hopefully, maybe we won't get a 7. We'll get a solid 8 to start with. But yeah, have a great evening.